Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now, today we are looking at how can we use our old unsupported iPads to still make them useful. Now, the very difficult thing is the disappointing thing with Apple is that after a certain amount of years, we all know that they do unsupport their old devices. Now, this particular iPad is a late 2012. It's an A1460 model number, which is a Wi-Fi and cellular. It is only a 16 gigabyte of storage, but as you can imagine, this became very unsupported quite a number of years ago. So in this video, I'm going to go through how we use this iPad still in this modern day and what you guys can do to save your old iPads. There are a number of things that you can still do with these iPads. They still do surf the net in the majority of instances. There are still a lot of sites which are not compatible in terms of the new Safari as the update. This particular one did stop at iOS 10, so that was the last update that came out on this one. We're now all the way up to iOS 18 on these new iPads. I do have a iPad Pro. You can see the size difference to this here. Now, one of the tips that I do have is take advantage of your new Apple devices if you do have them. It will be easier for you to use this particular device here, and I will show you exactly what I mean by that. Now, the first thing is obvious with iPads is the apps. Now, as you may know, as they get updated, they also become unsupported and you're unable to download them. So when you go into the App Store, you'll notice all of these apps that are on here that are still showing up. But as you get into the nitty and gritty of things, so let's just say that we go into a top free one and we go to Block Blast, for example, and we want to get it and download it, so we try to install it. Most of the time it will come, this application requires 12.0 or later, and it will not let you download it. Now, a way around this is your purchased apps. So you can see here that on this dashboard here is all of the applications you've purchased on your Apple account. So if you sign into your Apple account, you'll be able to then gain access to all of these applications you've already downloaded on another compatible device and supported device. Now, this is, as I said, this is where my iPad Pro comes into it, because any app that I download on here then shows up into this purchase list. For example, as I go through and talk you through the many different ways of you can still use this, in terms of the applications, it can still be used for games. Okay, it's going to be the older version of the games. They're going to be a bit slower in certain circumstances, but they will still be usable, and they will most definitely still be good enough to hand to your child. And the great thing about it as well is that because everything else is unsupported, you know that they are not going to be able to download any applications that they are not allowed to download. So in their hands, it will be safe. Let's talk about these purchased apps at the moment. So earlier on, I went on and tried to download the digital clock, the bedside alarm. It didn't work. I had to go and download it onto my iPad Pro. It then showed up in here. I downloaded it. It then asked me to download the last compatible version. It then worked. If I then go open, so you can see it's working absolutely fine. This is one way of you could use your iPad. You could stick it on a stand, on a bedside table, or something along those lines to display the time. There's a lot of actual photo frame covers you can buy specifically now for these iPads, which then turn your iPad into, it looks like a photo frame, and you can have it on this page, display the clock, have it as a working hidden clock, or you can actually set it to a slideshow. Again, some of these slideshow apps that you can download onto, you wouldn't be able to download it onto this particular iPad because it's uncompatible. Download it onto your other Apple device, get it into your purchase, and then you will be able to download it. And you can go through the slideshow. A lot of these as well will also connect to kind of social media accounts and bits and pieces and pull photos off of there to slideshow. Hide it in the photo frame surround, and no one will know any different that it is your old iPad. Now, one of the other things I wanted to mention is that some of you may be sitting there going, well, I don't have any old Apple devices. I only have my computer, etc. Now, the thing is it does make it a lot more difficult to be able to do this with the application and the app store and the purchase. But what you can do, and I've seen people do in the past, is you go on your computer and you find an older iTunes software download. You download that and you plug the iPad in. This is back when iTunes used to have the App Store built in and integrated to that, and you could then download applications onto that iTunes. Once signed into your iTunes account, it will then show up in your purchased. You could also even then go one step further and plug in the iPad and transfer those apps. However, in this instance, obviously we have Wi-Fi, it will show in the purchase, and we will then be able to go in and download the app from, download the most recent version of the app onto this iPad. Now, the next one I would probably say is another popular one, is you could use these iPads as a second screen for your computer. However, with obviously 10.0, you need a version of iOS 13 to be able to use the sidecar application. So this iPad would not be compatible for that particular part. You wouldn't be able to use it as sidecar as a second screen for your Mac without downloading additional software. There are applications that you can download. I'm not going to recommend any in particular because I know there are some paid versions and some non-paid versions that are free, which you can set up, and it will, once you plug it in, this is also to a Windows computer, once you plug it in, it will also be used as a second monitor, and you can set it up as a second display completely in landscape, portrait, however you want to set it up, not like a normal monitor, and you can attach it to some kind of arm or stand to use it at your desk. One additional part that I've also seen for you content creators out there doing videos, there's also applications which you can download on here for teleprompters. So again, like a second monitor, you could set up your script on this iPad, and then it will then display the script as you're going through the YouTube video as a teleprompter. So again, multiple reasons to be able to use it. Now, in terms of the iPad itself, I still think it is still usable for stuff like YouTube. So for example, if you were to, you won't be able to use the actual YouTube application, but you can go into YouTube on the internet still on Safari. It is still currently supported. It will just use the most recent version anyway, and you'll be able to click on a video and it will play, and it will play just fine, and it will just work in the same way as YouTube on the internet. So in summary, in terms of your old iPads, there are multiple reasons to still use it in this day and age. You could use it, as I said, as an alarm clock, use it as a app game machine for your children to play games on there safely. You could also use it as a photo frame, or if you're browsing the web, watching YouTube, it will do that absolutely fine.